Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, we're going to have a match between herO and Last here on Circuit Breakers. This is a special Patreon edition of the cast. If you're seeing this the week of March 9th, thank you so much for subscribing to me over at patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. And if you're not seeing it the week of March 9th, then you're seeing it a month later. All right, bottom right-hand corner, we have the white Zerg player. It is herO. And in the top left-hand corner, it is the blue Terran player, Last, playing under his Smurf name of Melverk, which I always thought was one of the more interesting Smurf names of all of these Korean pros. So two Koreans going at it in a long macro style TVZ on Circuit Breakers. I know this map is Terran favored just because there are some bases that are kind of hard to hold if there are tanks sitting above them, raining down fire. But let's see. herO, I believe in herO. I believe in herO's capabilities to play Zerg to the utmost of the Zerg race's potential. I believe in his ability to handle everything that Last throws at him, but we'll see. I don't watch these in advance. I don't know what to expect other than some super duper high level play. Some Korean talking going on over here, but sometimes that shows up in Korean characters, and sometimes it shows up as little empty blocks, and I don't know what the difference is. Again, the replays that I get are from different eras in StarCraft, and it gets, I don't know. I don't know what the difference is sometimes between like a 2014 replay as opposed to a 2009 replay. Also, I don't know why sometimes I get the Korean characters and sometimes I don't. It's very strange. Anyway, Barracks coming up from the Terran player going for a hatch first at about 12 supply. There was herO, so no super aggression plan for him. It is a 4-player map. It is hard to do extreme aggression as a Zerg. I mean, as anybody, really. You kind of have to play it safe. You have to play it economical at the same time. It's 4-player maps are very big in the Brood War scene and hard to scout. Takes some time. And sometimes you're not going to get to your opponent's base until well after they've decided what route they're taking. And if it happens to be a rush and you didn't prepare for it, well, they have to find you too. So that's the balance. Sometimes that happens though, right? The player who's getting rushed scouts the wrong way. The player who is rushing scouts the right way. And hilarity and death ensues for the player who didn't scout the right way. Anyway, what are we doing? Pool, no gas. Which again indicates to me we're probably going to see a quick third base here. He's assuming that Last is going for a CC. And he is. He's at about 400. There you go. 400. CC construction begins. Drone comes in for the scout. At the very least, he sees there is an SCV over here and assumes there's an expansion on the way. He doesn't know because the mean old Marine chased him off his property. You get off my property, you drone. Don't want to see you around here again. You hear? I'll shoot you full of lead. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong to do so. Scouting units are bad units. You don't want to let scouting units hang around in your base. I say this as this SCV is going to be able to sit inside the Zerg base for the next 5 minutes. How long will Mr. SCV live? That's the question we should ask. Speed is a long way off. It's only slowlings that can chase this guy. He's going to get all of the information he sees. The macro hatch coming up for herO. Oh, this guy right here. All right, so he showed up at about 2 minutes, 2:30, maybe 2:45. Still alive. He's going to be alive for some time. We'll keep him up on the little window down below. Meanwhile, expansion, like I said, on the way here for Last, working on that gas income and a factory. Nope, engineering bay. Wow. Fast engineering bay. What is he worried about? I mean, this is definitely a Mutalisk opening based on the second gas and the timing on that lair. But is our guy oh, I pulled him off the thing. He's not scouting anymore. So I don't know if it really counts for the purposes of the game we were playing, but regardless, I've seen SCVs hang out in Zerg bases for some time before they get killed, and they just get all the information they could ever want. At this point, though, I don't know. I'm not sure he knows about the lair timing. I'm not sure he knows about the second gas. Again, I wish I could tell by doing this, but all this does is show me that the Terran player knows there's creep down here, and that's it. Very annoying. Extraordinarily annoying stuff. Anyway, hit that like button if you're excited about this cast, excited about this TVZ. I do believe TVZ was voted the most popular matchup on the channel, which doesn't mean I only do TVZs. I do PVZs and TVPs, and even mirror matchups. There have been some good mirror matchups on the channel recently. Some TVTs featuring some really excellent players. Sack, a new one. Up, SCV down at 4.5 minutes. So he survived a good 2 minutes as an SCV out in the wide world. It's very scary. There's no way these Lings are accomplishing anything up here. Nothing at all. Maybe they'll kill a Marine. You ready for them to maybe kill a Marine? I certainly am. It's going to be great. Yeah, they know. They know they don't even want to go in there. Why would they want to go in there? All right, that's decent. Decent positioning, but the Marines are just so well placed. They are just so well placed from last. So he's going for stim. He's actually not worrying about factory at all. He's going for a big bio push. All right, man. I get it. You see this many Marines, by the way, you're going to assume it's a big bio push. So Spire coming up does get scanned perfectly. Hydralisk den on the way, too. Is this a Lurker Hydra opening? Oh, this is so hard to pull off, but I think herO's capable of it. I think he's a Zerg player that can do this. I've seen it attempted once or twice before on the channel. And it's really pretty good against this particular opening that Last is going for. The Lurker Spines tear through the flesh of these Marines and these medics, and then the mutas can handle everything else. But I don't know if there's time is the problem. So he's got 8 mutas in production. Is he gonna? He doesn't have enough gas to go for. There we go. He did bear this Lurker aspect on the way. I looked up and checked his gas right as soon as he started it, so he had like 20 gas. Yeah, he has enough. So he's going for Lurkers. He's also going for a Queen's Nest on 2 base. Wow, herO. He needs to get some stuff done here, or he's in a buttload of trouble. He is 2-basing Terran versus a 2-basing Zerg. Not where you want to be under any stretch of the imagination. So here we go. I mean, the mutas are going to try to do some stuff before the Lurkers can arrive. Are there turrets? There are turrets on the way, but the mutas are kind of just playing the pick off the Marine at the edge of the group game, which is actually how animals like lions and hyenas and other African predators and other predators across the world work. They just find the ones on the edges of the group who are weaker and alone and kill them, because there's no reason to attack an entire pack of gazelles. They've got horns. They'll mess you up. I mean, you probably win, but it's easier just to go after their baby gazelles, right? What is the name for a baby gazelle? I'm sure Google knows, but I sure don't. Gazelling. Sunken Colony going to show up here at the front door of the natural. Third base coming top right. And where are we going to go? That's the problem. As a Zerg player, you have to prepare for both avenues of attack here. And preparing for the top right is going to be nigh impossible. Do you have... Oh, Lurker Eggs. Lurker Eggs coming up. Oh, so perfectly played here by herO. I mean, he knew what was going to happen. These Lurkers are going to finish just right darn near in the nick of time. And now the Lurkers are going to prevent any amount of Marines from coming up this ramp. You ready for this? Yep. See, prevented. 1 ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, is what they always say. Okay, so free medevac. That's fine. Yeah, you can't get up this unless you have tanks, or unless you have a lot of bio with great upgrades. Okay, easy there, Lings. Careful on that one. Careful, careful, careful. I'm going to make some of these Lurkers. You have the gas for it. He does have the gas to make these into Lurkers if he wants. And, oh, hold position Lurkers! Hold position Lurkers! They're baiting! They're baiting! That's bait! Oh! Huge! Huge play! Huge play from herO. The hold position Lurker never fails to disappoint. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. 12 kills, 5 kills. That Lurker has 0 kills. He's lazy. He's the lazy one. And now Last is like, I gotta get something done. I just lost my entire army. So these mutas are going to throw their lives away on these Marines. Which I'm not sure I agree with, but it does slow this down a little bit. Yeah, drones have to fight, which is never good. We're going to lose some workers here for sure. My goodness. These remaining Marines with medic support and +1 attack and stim, they're getting some stuff done. Yeah. There's 31 drones remaining here from herO. What a great game already to start. Lurkers burrow in. You do not attack into the natural base if you want to live Last. Last is up. 78 to 56 supply. He has a massive economy compared to what the Zerg player is rolling with. I'm not sure if losing those Marines was worth getting that Overlord. It did not supply block herO. So in the end, I don't think it mattered all that much. Another macro hatch coming up in the top right. Army heading up that way with the tank this time. That does change things. If you have a tank, you can hit these Lurkers from the low ground and really ruin their day. But guess who's already getting Defilers? Who's already getting consumed? herO is. 9 minutes, you guys. He's 3 base, 9 minutes, lurkers, mutas, and defilers. Just chasing the Terran off the front door. Not much you can do to actually kill them with lurkers. Unless you back them into a corner, which they're kind of backed into a corner here, actually. So tank shows up. Does tank have siege mode? I assume it does. I wasn't watching the production tab closely enough to tell you, but I assume you don't show up here with a tank in this position unless you have siege mode. We also have our first science vessels of the day in production and a bit of a drop heading out at the same time. So Last is playing this well. Sure, he lost most of his army in the middle of the map due to a hold position lurker play, which again was beautiful from herO. Oh my gosh, he's even got Scourge out, preparing for potential drops. And he's got a Defiler up here with Dark Swarm ready to go. Both players are playing so well right now. A high-level TVZ. What more do you want in life, you guys? If a genie gave you 3 wishes, how many of those would you spend on Elite Brood War TVZs you've never seen before? Wow. Dark Swarm, again, get off the lawn is what this is. herO spent a lot of the time chasing riffraff off of his lawn. Oh, the Dark Swarm! Oh, that hit. Oh, that hit. 3 kills. 4 kills. So, the good news is the lurkers are being cost efficient because it is 107 to 70 supply right now in favor of the Terran player. And Last is moving into mech production. He's got his barracks, yes, but he's also building factories and replacing them now. He made a lot of barracks to go for a mech transition, but that's what you see sometimes. It's the truth of the matter. Lings are going for adrenal glands. A drop inside the main base. Like, the tiniest of drops is here. But they'll get some drones anyway. Maybe. No, they actually don't. Nice reaction time there from herO. And everyone dies. Man, those medics are tanky. She took like 4 or 5 spines before she died. Okay, so 4 bases here for herO, but a 3 base for Last, and a 4th base is done, and a 5th base is on the way. I think Last is just outclassing herO here. herO's got some sick plays he's been pulling off, and he hasn't lost a base yet, and he's already at the tech that he needs to win this game, and he just wiped out another group of bio. But the real test is going to come as soon as we start seeing tanks and vultures. That's what it's always been. That has always been the test. Yeah, Dark Swarm, move up, go. Just unburrowing forced Last to pull back a little bit, which is hilarious. But look at, the macro. Look at the macro from Last. I can't believe he's getting his 5th base at 12 minutes. Have I ever seen a Terran player go for this much macro? Plague. That is a beautiful plague. What did we get? 12 units. 12 units plagued with 1 spell. The medevacs are going to heal until they're out of energy. The Lings should be able to roll in and wreck this. Oh, look at this. Here we go. Bam, 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 bam. Actually, that Marine is pretty healed up. Medics had a lot of energy on them. Oh, you get the Defiler, though. I would recommend highly getting the Defiler. This is such a big attack. Okay, yep, Defiler dies. Everyone is hiding inside the mineral line. The Spider Mines. Getting hits on those Hydralisks. Getting eggs as well. I don't know about this from herO, you guys. I worry about him. He's only on 50 drones. He's down 120 to 109 supply at 13 minutes. Last is everywhere. Last, one of the elite Terran players on planet Earth. And certainly playing like it here today. God, I wish I could see how many drones have died in this game. It has never been one huge attack, right? It's been smaller attacks here and there, getting Marines in this mineral line, coming down here, trying to get some stuff. 52 drones is not a good place to be, but he did sacrifice some economy to get to the tech that he's at. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it pays off to have the Dark Swarm and the Plague available earlier than you otherwise would, but man, Last has been allowed to do whatever he wants. He really hasn't had to deal with Mutalisk harass on his bases. Turns out, Spider Mine's pretty good against Hydras. Sometimes. Oh, even a single high ground tank. Pretty good here. I do not feel good about this, Zerg players. I don't like where this is going. I have been a Zerg main since 1998. I'd like to see Zerg players win more of these matches, but by golly, Terran in the hands of a good Terran player, so hard to beat as a Zerg player. So difficult. I mean, maybe this gives encouragement to you Terran people out there on the ladder who are losing to Zergs all the time. Just play like last, I'll say. That's never useful information or useful advice at all. Yeah, I mean, it's 81 SCVs for last and 52 for herO. All right, so herO's going Hydra Ling here, which, I mean, if you can jump on a couple unsieged tanks, sure. You're going to have a pretty good time. Right, he's going to jump. He's got adrenal glands. He's got +2 armor on his ground units. But the tanks are sieged, and they have +1 attack. And I would not recommend going in there without Dark Swarm or Plague or anything. Please don't. I mean, bottom left area is free of Terran influence. So maybe that's somewhere that herO consider expanding. You'll notice he has not come here. And he has not come here. Because he knows. He knows that is where tanks show up on these high ground areas and wreck all your stuff. So he's not even bothering to expand there today. Which is what you got to do on the circuit breakers, man. So Hydra, a bit of the Hydra hit squad running around. They've got +2 armor and +1 attack. The mech is at 1-0, working on 2-1. Here at the 16-minute mark. Alas is effectively maxed out, but the problem with being maxed out and not killing your opponent is you're giving them more time to max out themselves. So he's letting herO play a bit of catch-up here. That said, pretty scary army. You hear that siege mode? Okay, 1 tank down and 4 or 5 Hydras die. It's just not good trades. It's not good economical trades here. Lurkers force a retreat from the oncoming onslaught of these tanks. How do we handle this? Well, your research drop. Oh, just kidding. That's Nidus sound, not drop sounds. I don't know if you can let last sit up here if you're going to try to win this game, herO. I really don't think you can. Okay, Dark Swarm, Dark Swarm, Dark Swarm. Maybe run up on these guys. This is getting really scary. Jumping up, and Dark Swarm, Dark Swarm. Okay, all right, all right. So again, just keeping the Terran directly off your front lawn. Maybe not shoving him all the way home, but preventing him from doing much to sit right on the very edge within siege mode range of your base. Oh, he is taking the 6 o'clock. I don't know how long he's going to hold that, though. You have any more Dark Swarms? Hey! It's that Dave Chappelle meme. Got any more of them Dark Swarms? Couple drones die, but otherwise, I think that went pretty well for herO. It's at 175 supply now. Okay, all right. I mean, last is at 189, but still. 1-1 on these tanks. Ling's trying to jump up here, but again, you will get a tank here and there to go and Ling Hydra. Maybe. But it's not enough to win. It's not. You need to be dropping. You need to go for maybe a handful of queens. We have seen a handful of queens win in games like these in the past. God, tanks target firing defilers. It's just the splash damage. The splash damage is not negated. And where there are this many tanks, there's a lot of splash damage happening. Engagement up at the top side, trying to make this thing happen with Hydras. But man, when the upgrades are on these tanks, these Hydras do not stand a chance. Lurker's trying to get some damage done. Trying to hold the line. The key here for herO, and why he's not dead yet, is that he has not lost a base yet. Okay? And Zerg players that are on, 5-6 bases are pretty scary. Last is out macroing 0 here, in all fairness. Hey, look! We got some queens! Okay. Alright, alright. Okay. He's not going mass queen, but he does have a handful of queens. How did I not? I need to watch that production tab a lot more closely. Just my screen maybe is too big. Maybe I need a smaller monitor. Okay. Ultralisk Cavern here. Gamete Meiosis on the way. The tank count is in jeopardy at the front door at least. Southern base needs to live for herO, I think, to win this game. Can he save it? Look at all these bases from last, though. Look at this guy. He doesn't even have any rudimentary defense on these bases at all for the most part. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. He doesn't even need to. There's no threat of the Zerg moving out and killing his stuff. He has the contain set up where it needs to be. This is just too much. Drops. I think it's just drops. This ground assault is just not going to work against the tanks. They've got +2 attack now. They're working on +3. Detection is allowing these lurkers to get picked out of the ground. The 6 o'clock dies without really any solid resistance at all. And at this point, herO has just thrown away way more resources than Last has, and Last has more coming in because he has more bases. So, I hate to categorize this as a complete raffle stomping. Because, I mean, I don't know, you survived 20 minutes against Last, you're doing something right. And herO did a lot of things right, but at this stage, I just don't know. It's expensive, man. Spawn Broodling is 150, and it only removes the world of a single tank, and then your queen is useless for all the time afterwards. I like the patience of Last here he's displaying. He's just like, you know what? There's no reason to move in here. I'm just going to starve the Zerg player out, make him attack into siege tanks. The Dark Swarm is going to be fairly ineffectual because of how many tanks I have and the damage output they're doing. He's working on Cloaked Wraiths, which, is that a sign of a bored Terran player or what? Is he trying to hunt down the queens with Cloaked Wraiths? That'd be pretty cool, actually. I mean, Lurkers versus Vultures are pretty good just because, you know, Vultures don't do splash. So their attack is completely negated. The Spider Mines are a concern, though. Yeah, I mean, Last has even taken this right side base. Just, I will live here now. Oh, look, the Wraith group. They're hunting for these queens. Oh my gosh, they're hunting for the queen. The queens are running. The queens are running. Can they? All right, it's time to fire now. Oh, this is such a Gosu play out of Last. Like, hey, you want to make queens? You want to take out some of my tanks? Great. You are all dead. Every single one of you are dead. That's it. That's your GG. I don't know how herO comes back from that. He invested way, way too many resources in those queens, and now they're dead. I mean, okay, he broke out. He broke out of the front door. Fantastic. He's up 172 to 165 supply. Fantastic. But his queens are gone. Oh, can he jump on these tanks? Dude, herO... No, no, no. Hold on. Hold on. Hold your horses. If this group of tanks dies, and this... No. There's no way. This is not a herO comeback. I can't see it, but I can kind of see it. Guys. herO is wiping out 2 of the newer remember how I said Last didn't have any base defense at his expansions? That is kind of coming back to haunt him in an immense way. What is this? herO! Did herO do this? He's suddenly up 193 to 129 supply. He has wiped out 3 bases worth of income for Last without losing any new bases, at least. Sure, this one's toast, but he kind of has army just kind of sitting around like, I'm not sure what to do next. I never thought I'd get this far. He's sending overlords out on scouting missions. These guys are just running in single file to this area. They are 3-2 Lings and 3-3 Hydras. And this is not a huge number of tanks. This is 3 tanks. There are some spider mines. This base at the 3 o'clock that Last so cheekily took is gone. I was so focused on those queens getting wrecked by those wraiths that I did not account for the potential that those queens had just wiped out most of the tanks sitting on herO's front door, and that's all he needed to break out and make some stuff happen. I still don't know if hero's going to win this, but I'm giving this an epic tag. Solely for that reversal, and solely for the fact that those queens, if they didn't have enough energy for spawn broodling there, they were all dead, and they didn't do anything, and last just wins the game. Everything hinged on that one attack. And those queens having enough energy to survive. Alright, so last has gathered up a massive army that he is keeping together. He's marching together. Heroes retaking the 6 o'clock. He's taking the bottom left and the natural of that bottom left spawning point. If he can survive this attack, he will have the economy to win this game. I don't even... Okay, so what does last have? Mineral base, base, base. He has one Vespene Geyser he's working off right now. The new queens are here. The new queens of comedy are present. And there are Ultralisks, and these tanks are unsieged, but maybe attacking into a choke with your Zerg units is not a great idea. The 9 o'clock base goes down for last. These Ultras do not want to go in here. I cannot stress this enough. Oh my gosh, they're going in here, you guys! Ah! It looks like it's too many tanks. It really looks like too many tanks, but the queens come in for the support. Broodling down, a couple more tanks. The tanks on the left are gone. The tanks on the top are gone. And that's your good game. And herO is your winner in 26 minutes and 24 seconds. I feel like I need a cigarette. I don't smoke. But I feel like I need a cigarette. Regardless, herO, my man. That was as dire a situation as I have ever seen in my entire life. Okay, not as dire, but super dire Brood War situation to be in as a Zerg player versus a Terran. Last had map control. He had infinite number of bases. He had killed hero's 6 o'clock. He had taken the expansion on the right side of the map, just, again, out of pure cheekiness. herO was on 4 bases, 2 of which were mined out, mostly mined out, and a mineral-only base. And with a handful of queens, managed to break the siege tank contain seconds before a cloaked Wraith group came in and laid waste to every single one of them. And with those tanks gone, herO broke out, went on a rampage, punishing last for not setting up any kind of base defense at all at the 9 o'clock, south of that, taking down the 3 o'clock, reestablishing the 6 o'clock, and then going into Ultralisks with almost full upgrades, some Dark Swarm, some additional queen support as he rebuilt that queen group. I am astounded that herO won that game. That was an incredible comeback. Oh my gosh. Final score. Hit that like button, by the way, if you like that one. Because, boy, howdy, it was a good one if you are a Zerg player, I guess. If you're a Terran player, I don't know. How do you feel about it? Let me know in the comments. Overall, 239,000 points for herO, 207 for last. Last killed almost 500 Zerg units. Resources, herO did a lot better on resources than I thought he would in the final score. Outgas mining last, just barely not mining as many minerals as he did, and actually outspending him. Seriously, though, herO? Good stuff. Really, really, really good stuff. But, man, what a great Patreon guest. All right, so that right there is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.